In my lifetime, I have seen empires fade and ideas once dismissed rise again. The world turns faster now, yet the questions we face are older than history. How should we live when the noise of the present drowns out the wisdom of the past? Tonight, a machine decides what you see, who gets a loan, and what truth looks like on your feed. A car drives itself until it doesn't. Your digital double can sell, sing, and even apologize for you. And somewhere, an algorithm is quietly writing the next chapter of your story. Here's the twist. The tech is new. The dilemmas are ancient. Welcome to Vox Says. In this episode, we ask a deceptively simple question. What would ancient philosophers do about AI? Not as museum quotes, but as a living playbook for the mess we're in. Stay to the end for a toolkit. 5 practical rules tested by time, tuned for our high-tech now. This is not a hype piece and not a panic piece. It's a map. We'll blend Aristotle's virtue ethics, Confucius's harmony, the Buddha's clarity, Stoic resilience, and Ibn Sina's rationalism with real cases, deep fakes, recommendation engines, AI companions, and smart justice. Picture 1. You're scrolling. The feed feels personal until you realize it's a mirror with an agenda. It optimizes for attention, not understanding. Picture 2. You apply for a job. A screening system filters you out because your resume doesn't match a pattern trained on yesterday's winners. Efficient and unfair in ways no one can explain. Picture 3. A clip shows you saying something you never said. It looks real. Your heart races. If anything can be faked, you ask, what can I trust? Aristotle would start here. What kind of people and societies are our tools shaping us to become? For him, ethics is habit. We become what we repeatedly do. If our systems reward outrage and speed, we grow outraged and rushed. If they reward accuracy and care, we grow careful. Confucius would ask about relationships. Are our tools strengthening trust between people and communities, or turning us into isolated nodes? Harmony isn't agreement. It's respectful difference aligned to a shared good. The Buddha would invite attention. What is this doing to your mind? Are you cultivating clarity or feeding craving and aversion? A mind yoked by notifications can't choose well. The Stoics would talk about control. What's up to you? Your choices, your interpretations. What isn't? The algorithm's next move. Anchor yourself where your agency actually lives. Ibn Sina, the polymath, would insist on intelligibility. If a system can't explain itself, don't let it rule you. Knowledge that cannot be examined curdles into authority we cannot question. Fine, but what does that sound like when the rubber meets the road? Let's test these lenses against 4 dilemmas. Your feed is an invisible classroom. What is it training you to be? Aristotle's golden mean says virtue lives between extremes. So here's our balance. Neither uncritical surrender to the feed nor paranoid disconnection. Practice intentional friction. Daily, move from passive scroll to active search. Before opening an app, write 1 line. What am I here to learn? Weekly, prune the feed. Add 1 source that challenges you. Remove 1 that inflames you. Curate for character, not just for taste. Confucius would add, check whether your feed increases your respect for people you disagree with. If not, the algorithm is teaching contempt. Rebalance. Hiring, credit, bail, health triage. When machines assist judgments, Stoicism and Ibn Sina team up. Stoic reminder, separate facts from stories. What do we know? What's an inference? Where are we guessing? Ask for the model's confidence, not just its output. Ibn Sina's demand, explainability. If a model cannot be questioned, it should not be decisive. Require human-readable reasons at the point of impact. The standard isn't perfection, it's contestability. People must be able to challenge the machine and be heard. A Buddha-style practice. Before sharing sensational media, take 3 breaths and ask 3 questions. 1. Who benefits if I react fast? 2. What evidence do I have? 3. How would a calmer version of me respond? That pause is not passivity, it's power. Aristotle would say, cultivate the virtue of truthfulness. Don't outsource your integrity to a clever clip. If you're unsure, label it. If it's false, say so. Be trustworthy in a world that's starting to doubt everything. Confucius warns that ritual and relationship shape the self. If an AI companion becomes your easiest relationship, ask, does it make me better at being with real people? A good tool should train real-world courage, empathy, and patience, not replace them. Use the companion as practice for repair and listening, then go apply it where it counts. Quick check-in. Notice your posture. Unclench your jaw. You are not a floating head attached to a phone. You are a person with a body, a history, a future. The point isn't to win the internet, it's to live well with it. Rule 1. Put virtue before velocity. If speed forces you to skip honesty, humility, or care, slow down. Aristotle's test. Would a wise friend call this action noble? If not, pause. Rule 2. Make attention a practice. The Buddha's test. Can you hold your own mind for 30 seconds without reaching for a stimulus? Train it. 1 minute daily of deliberate attention beats 1 hour of accidental scrolling. Rule 3. Keep a circle of counsel. Confucius learned through conversation and ritual. Build a small council, 3 people you trust, to sanity check big tech-mediated decisions. Machines scale. Wisdom is social. Rule 4. Demand reasons you can read. Ibn Sina's insistence, explanations or veto. If a decision affects your life, you deserve a reason a human can understand and contest. Rule 5. Own your framing. The Stoic move. When something hits your feed, ask, what is up to me here? Often, my response, my time, my next step. Take that step on purpose. A nurse uses an AI scribe to write notes faster. She gains 10 minutes per patient. She doesn't spend it scrolling. She spends it looking her patients in the eye. Tech magnified a virtue she already had. A teenager trains a recommendation system by deliberately clicking on long-form science videos and civil debates. 6 months later, his feed is a different ecosystem, and so is he. A judge refuses to let a proprietary risk score be the final word. She asks for the factors, the error bars, and community review. The vendor updates the model. Accountability by insistence. Isn't this just telling individuals to adapt to systems they didn't choose? Fair. Personal practice is not a substitute for policy. We need guardrails, audits, disclosures, avenues of redress. Virtue scales up into institutions. But won't bad actors weaponize all this? Some will. That's why we pair compassion with clarity and courage. A soft heart does not require a soft head. What about jobs? The ancient answer: become the kind of learner who stays valuable. Curiosity, judgment, taste, synthesis. Hard to automate because they grow from character, not keystrokes. Here's a starter plan you can screenshot. Day 1. Rename your social folder to Learn and write a 7-word intention before opening any app. Day 2. Add one source you respect but often disagree with. Remove one source that makes you worse. Day 3. Turn on review. For any AI recommendation you accept, say out loud why. Day 4. Ask an explainer. When a system gives you an answer, ask for its top 3 reasons. If it can't supply them, treat it as a hint, not a verdict. Day 5. Use the 3-breath protocol before sharing emotionally charged media. Day 6. Use an AI tool to amplify a good habit you already have. Learning, writing, connecting, and measure the gain. Day 7. Debrief with your counsel. What changed in you? Keep what made you better. Drop what didn't. Why bother? Because tools shape telos, our sense of purpose. The ancients fought to live on purpose, not on autopilot. They knew flourishing isn't a feeling you stumble into. It's a craft you practice. AI raises the stakes by putting our attention, our choices, and our stories on conveyor belts. Philosophy gives us brakes and a steering wheel. Remember our opening question. How should we live when the noise of the present drowns out the wisdom of the past? Maybe the answer is this. Let the new push us to rediscover the old. Use fast tools with slow virtues. Make technology your student, not your shepherd. If this helped you see the future a little more clearly, share it with someone who's drowning in the feed. For more maps like this, more courage, more clarity, more calm, subscribe. This is Vox Says. Stay human, stay awake. See you next time.